Welcome. In this video we will be using algebra skills to find the measure of triangle angles. It might seem a little like magic at first, but you can do it. Just follow along with our instructions. First, do you remember that all interior angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees? In our example here, we have a triangle angle with an interior angle of 60 degrees, 70 degrees, and 50 degrees. And add it all together, they equal 180 degrees. If you are given two angle measures in one algebraic expression, the angles must still add up to 180 degrees. In our example, we have the 60-degree angle, we have the 70-degree angle, but for the third angle, we have an expression, 4x plus 10. Altogether, these will still equal 180 degrees, as we have written in the equation. 60 plus 70 plus 4x plus 10 will equal 180 degrees. You can write out the entire equation and gather like terms to solve for the x. That's one approach. In this case, we have the 60 plus the 70 plus the 4x plus the 10 will equal 180 degrees. We can gather the integers 60, 70, and 10, and together they will equal 140 degrees, plus the 4x. We would have 4x plus 140 equals 180 degrees. In that case, the next step would be to move the 140 to the right hand side, or subtract 140 from both sides of the equation, and it would look like 4x equals 180 minus 140, which gives us 4x would equal 40, and we would do the inverse of 4 times x by dividing both sides by 4, which leaves us with x equals 10. Once we know that x equals 10, we'll substitute that value back into your expression to find the unknown angle measure. 4 times 10 plus 10 equals our unknown angle measure. 4 times 10 is the 40, plus the 10 equals 50. Angle measure equals 50. Of course, when only one angle is unknown in a triangle, you can subtract the two given angles from 180. In this case, 180 minus the 60 plus the 70, the 60 and the 70, and that would give us 180 minus 130 equals 50. This tells us that our third unknown angle measure must be 50 degrees, but it doesn't tell us what x is. So let's solve for x now. 4x plus 10 equals 50. 4x equals 50 minus 10. We move the 10 to the right hand side of the equation. It becomes a negative. 4x equals 40. Divide by 4 on both sides. X equals 10. Summarize here, make sure you know if you're solving for the angle size, the variable, or both. And as Homer says, not bad, Sherlock Hound, but what if there are two unknown angles? What the heck would we do then? As Homer says, I better call on the big guns for this. And Bart notices something right off the bat. We're missing a couple of numbers in our triangle. But that's okay. Bart says he can still start the problem. He knows that the two angles must add up to 180 minus the 65, or 115 degrees. Bart knows that all three angles must equal 180. So the two unknowns must equal 180 minus the 65 that he sees, 115. Oh, here are the two angle measures that we're going to solve for. 6x minus 5, x plus 15. And he writes out the equation. We're going to use 6x minus 5 plus x plus 15 equals the 115 degrees. Let's gather our like terms next. let's gather our like terms on the left side. 6x plus the x equals 7x, and the negative 5 plus positive 15 equals 10. The left side would look like 7x plus 10. And the equation in total at this point would look like 7x plus 10 equals 115. Now we have to move integers to one side and variables to the other. 7x plus 10 equals 115. Let's move the positive 10 to the right hand side. The positive 10 becomes a negative 10. That would leave us 7x equals 105. 7x means 7 times x, so to undo that we're going to divide both sides by the 7, and that leaves us with x equals 15. Now it's substitution time. Wherever the x was in your equation, you're going to put in the number 15. 6 times 15 minus 5 would be 90 minus 5 equals 85, and that is one of our missing angles, 85 degrees. In the second missing angle, 15 plus 15 equals 30, so that the unknown second angle is 30 degrees. With x equal 15, you want to check our work. 65 degrees, that was known, plus the 85 we solved for, plus the 30 equals 180. Everything looks good here. Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, I bet I know the next part, as Homer's thinking himself. If a triangle has 3 unknown angles, or 3 expressions, then the 3 interior angles of the triangle equal 0. That's Homer's thinking. Slow your roll, Homer, Bart's telling him. I'll show you what to do when you have a triangle with 3 unknown measures or 3 expressions for angle measures. By the way, Homer, they don't equal 0. The 3 interior angles of all triangles always equals 180 degrees, no matter what. We want to set up our equation to equal 180. And if we have 3 expressions, we're going to add all 3 expressions together. X plus 25 plus 5x minus 20 plus 2x plus 15 altogether is going to equal 180. Once we have that equation, we want to gather our like terms. Let's gather the variables first. X plus 5x plus 2x equals 8x. Okay, next let's gather the integers. Positive 25, negative 20, positive 15 equals 20. Remember, same signs, add the same signs, and you subtract opposite signs when dealing with integers. The left side looks like this now, 8x plus 20. And the whole equation would look like 8x plus 20 equals 180. Move the positive 20 to the integer side and it becomes a negative 20. 8x equals 180 minus the 20. 8x equals 160. Divide both sides by 8 and we have x equals 20. But we're not done yet. Now it's substitution time again. Wherever there's an x, we're going to put the number 20 in. With x plus 25, we have 20 plus 25 equals 45 degrees. That's our first angle. We have 5 times x means 5 times 20 minus 20. That would give us 80 degrees. There's our second angle. And 2 times x would be 40 plus 15 equals 55 degrees. There's our third angle. But I think there's one more step. Check your work. 45 plus 80 plus 55 equals 180 degrees. Yes. Thanks for watching.